So, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves locked back in a small room with somebody you met once in a bar and have been locked to for the last 20 years.
Almost true.
You end up, teaching in the same place, and then starting a mediocre YouTube channel with some followers reviewing things that you talk about in the pub. So welcome to Is It Shit with Sean Vincent and me, Dan, that was ensnared 20 years ago.
You make me sound like some kind of child catcher.
I didn't say that. And what are we looking at today, child catcher?
That can't stick. Just say.
Shit, Sean the child catcher.
That's some bad nicknames. We are looking at today the WAVESFACTORY SPECTRE. And you're going to like this, Dan. So this is basically a 5-band EQ.
Oh, right.
And saturation unit.
Of course it is. Why would it just be an EQ?
That can only boost. Yeah, look at the confusion in his face.
Hold on though. Something's just clicked. That means you can only turn things up.
You can only turn things up. It's your kind of plugin. Yeah. There's no turning down.
Nice work, WAVESFACTORY.
Yeah. Do you want to know who uses this a lot?
Just trying to read your notes at a distance. Yeah, go on then, tell us.
Jason Joshua.
Does he?
Uses this a lot.
Oh, my mate. Oh, Jace.
Your mate Jace.
My mate Jace, yeah.
Didn't he
He did. He remastered some of it. Yeah, we remastered some of my recordings. If you look at the repost, I might have added my album just to his credits on our post. But
to be fair, they needed redoing.
They did. Yeah, it was you that did them in the first place.
Apparently, he uses this on his drum bus. So basically, 5-band parametric EQ, boost only. But it's sort of its clever little thing. It's USP. Is that for each of those bands, you can have a different kind of saturation.
Okay.
So there's tape saturation, there's tube saturation, there's, FET saturation, all the different kinds. Each band can have a different type of saturation applied to it.
I think there's somebody sat somewhere going, right, we need to come up with a plugin that's going to annoy Dan the most. How are we going to do that? We're going to make an EQ that just boosts, and then we're going to make each... I don't get it. Why? So why... Go on. Why would you want... It just seems completely absurd. In what scenario would you need that?
I would agree with you in principle, and if someone sat down and told me they had the idea for this as a plugin, I would go,
That'll annoy Dan.
That'll annoy Dan. That's a bit mad. In practice, I will say it's really quite interesting because... So, like, the kind of saturation that makes your snare really pop out is the same kind of saturation that will make your hi-hat really annoying. And this gives you the opportunity to do basically different kinds of saturation on different parts of the frequency spectrum, which is really quite cool. You can see why, for a drum bus, this would be awesome. You can put some really nice warm tape saturation on the bottom end.
It's a fine line, isn't it? Between stupid and clever.
Yeah. I don't need to tell you what side you're on, Dan. But you know what I mean?
The line.
Imagine having some really nice warm tape saturation down the bottom end for your bass.
Yeah.
Where the mid-range is, where your snares and claps are, you've got something that's a bit edgier.
Crunchy,
and then you've got something sort of very tame and smooth at the top end, making your top end sound nice. It's sort of genius.
Yeah. It is sort of genius.
It's too genius for you.
Yeah.
You were never going to get this one, Dan.
Too clever.
It's not for you, Dan.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not your cup of tea.
Okay. Right.
There are some issues.
Okay, what are they?
Okay, well, the demo, WAVESFACTORY, bless them in their infinite wisdom of coming up with awesome plugins, decided that they would make the volume dip every 60 seconds.
On the demo?
On the demo.
Well...
I get it. They've got to do something, I suppose, but that's really quite annoying because you can't. I was testing it and I was driving me a bit nuts.
It looks rubbish as well. It looks like the stock EQ parametric.
It does, yeah. The look of it isn't all that.
That's a basic view? Is there not one with input and output meters and something cool for the saturation bit?
No, not really. So
that's it.
That's kind of it. Yeah. I mean, obviously you can see here, you can change the quality of it, you can change the UI so it's scalable. There's a bunch of presets, there's different modes, you can turn on the de-emphasis, and obviously the saturation, there's 10 different saturation algorithms in it. It's a clever thing, but you're right, yeah, the look of it isn't all that.
Okay, so the demo shit cost 90 quid.
£89. Yeah.
£89.
Yeah.
Is it ever going to be on sale?
Do you know what? I don't know. I'm fairly new to Waves Factory. I don't know if they run sales. But £89. I mean, if someone told you you could have the same processor that Jason Joshua uses on his drum bus for £89, you'd go and buy it. Generally, if you're an aspiring mix engineer, that being
Well, it depends how much Waves Factory have paid him to say that he uses it on his drums bus.
100% it does. Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't part of an ad. Where
Oh
I
yeah,
saw the
love it,
interview.
love it. Yeah, love it. On that DMFP track, I did love it, love it.
That could be the case. That could well be the case.
So I love the idea. It looks rubbish, and I won't be getting it. But Sean, is it shit?
I don't think it's shit, but I agree with you somewhat in the 90 quid for this is maybe asking a bit much for something that, you know, I get it. There isn't another EQ that works like this, but there are things that you can probably make sound as good. It's a weird one.
Just got an email.
I don't think I did. Or was that you?
Oh,
Is it you? You fired again?
I resign.
Okay, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the channel.
Do that and like this video if you like it, or if you don't, still like it. Subscribe to the channel like he says, and also we've got Instagram now, Studio Life 101. You can support us through Patreon. We've got a merch stand, all kinds of stuff.
Check the links.
Get involved. See you next time.
Ta-da!